Tim Beebe with the green flag in hand. LJ backing him up on the stand. They're out of the fourth turn. We got to start. Anthony Prater in the 53 car outside of Little John. A little bit of contact. Prater taking the lead. Heath in the number 58. Oh, Anthony Prater may have sent that motor to internal combustion heaven. Anthony Prater in the 53 car getting the black flag, trying to get him off the track before it goes boom and all the tinkly parts go bouncing around on the new clay. The leader in the 58 truck, Glenn Heath, putting the moves on Kulikowski in the 11 car in the number 2 spot. Out of the fourth turn, Heath 58, Kulikowski in the 11 car, Little John 68. The General, Randy Patton in that number 4 spot. General looking down low, trying to get underneath Little John. Little John outgunning him out of the second turn. Top 5 going on to the big show later on this evening. Glenn Heath, 58, still showing everybody the back bumper of that little truck. Kulikowski in the 11 car in second. Little John bobbles. Patton's ready to capitalize on it. Patton pulling the outside. Floyd George in the 23 trying to go underneath Little John. Slight contact. Everybody keeps on trucking. Okay, technically I realize only one guy is trucking. Glenn Heath, 58, trucking in the lead. Kulikowski in the 11 car in the number 2 spot. Wadsworth picks up the number 3 spot. Floyd George, 20G, almost losing it when Wadsworth went by underneath. Larry Kulikowski trying to get underneath Heath to take over that lead. Your leader coming up behind slower moving traffic. Yaha time. I tell you what, these boys come here to race. Glenn Heath narrowly holding on to that lead. Kulikowski getting tripped up somewhat in traffic. About 4 laps to go. Here comes Kulikowski back. He's trying to make a run. Kulikowski staying down low. Heath making the track for him up high. Kulikowski with perhaps a little more brute speed down the chutes. Heath with perhaps a little better handling. Makes for an interesting race. I see somebody's a litter bug. I see we got racing crud and crap out there in the middle of the number 1 turn. They're selling tickets at various places around the track, $5 a piece. You might be a lucky winner, or if you're not a lucky winner, you can come back July 14th, get 4 laps around the track in the second seat of Jack Hewitt's 2-seater. Kulikowski trying to make a move on the inside. Heath outpowering him. Here comes, whoa, goodness. General with his nose up against the dirt berm. Yellow flag coming out, or just shooting the breeze. I'm never sure which. Tim got the green flag. I think he's ready to deploy it. Yes, he is. We've got to start. Kulikowski putting the moves on him. Here comes Heath back on the outside. Kulikowski on the inside, 11. Heath, 58 on the outside. Jeff Wadsworth, 21W, up in the number 3 spot. He's poised to put Larry Kulikowski back into that number 3 spot as the white flag comes out. 1 lap to go. Kulikowski trying her down low. Heath just barely managing to hang on to that lead. Kulikowski setting him up one last time out of the 4th turn. All right. We're going to turn the calling of this second Street Stock Heat over to my man, Demise.
Here we go, heat number 2. Mark Reynolds leads them down and takes the green flag. We're underway. Mark Reynolds with the early jump, a battle for second between Eric Wilson, the defending points champion. Well, the 24 gets sideways, but he manages to regain control. Now we got a 3-car battle for the lead at the end of lap number 1. And it's the 10 car of Eric Wilson grabbing the lead at the end of lap number 1. A battle for second between Mark Reynolds and Jeff Beattie in the 6 car. Mark George is in 4th place in the 69. Eric Wilson has opened up the lead now. Quite a battle for second. Jeff Beattie moves in the 2nd place. Mark George is charging hard in 3rd. Mark Reynolds has dropped back to 4th place. Whoa, kind of sliding every which way, but the 24 car, Fred Van Evey, manages to hold on. Quite a battle for 6th place right now behind Fred. Eric Wilson still your leader after 4 laps. As he's opened up some space now, Jeff Beattie in 2nd. Whoa, there goes the 69 of Mark George. He's back on the track, but he's lost several positions. He manages to keep it under control, but unfortunately for Mark, he lost several positions there. He slipped back to 5th place. There goes the 23 into the infield. That's Robert Jones with a problem. Your defending points champion, Eric Wilson, with a comfortable lead here. Jeff Beattie in the 6th car is in 2nd. 61, Mark Reynolds is 3rd. And Mark George, who made a nice save a few moments ago, now in 4th place. In 5th place is the 24 car belonging to Fred Van Evey. That's 24F. We're still lean and green and mean here. Well, there goes the 24. Can Van Evey save it? Yes, he's back on the track. Skirt along the high part of the bank there, but he stayed in the ballpark. Eric Wilson still with a comfortable lead. Look at that battle for position between the 68 and the 61. Or check that, that's the 69 car. That's the 69 car, Mark George and Mark Reynolds battling for position. Eric Wilson on the final lap. He's out for a Saturday night drive right now. And the checker flag is being shown for Eric Wilson in the 10 car. Coming in to take 2nd place will be Jeff Beattie. 3rd place will go to the 69 of Mark George. And tight for 4th as Mark Reynolds gets 4th place.
09, Dale Harris Jr. 1, Trent Howland. 42, Cheryl DeShaw. 2, Kent Derschel. 57, Kevin Grifka. 7, Kirk Riska. 7, Tim Kulikowski. And 89, Doug Nichols. Mark Budd in the 23 car grabs the early lead. Doug Nichols in the 89 car is in the number 2 spot, looking very much like number 80. A little bit of contact coming out of the 4th turn. A lot of contact there. We got somebody sitting looking the wrong way on the inside of the 4th turn. Tim Kulikowski, he's got her lit, but there's a lot of smoke coming out from the tail end of that race car. Still under green flag. Now we got the 57 car. Kevin Grifka sitting sideways on the inside of that number 4 turn. Mark Budd, your leader, coming on the outside of Kevin Grifka. Doug Nichols, 89, holding on to that number 3 spot as your leaders move through traffic. Dale Harris Jr. in the 09 car in that number 4 spot. Six laps in, 4 to go. Mark Budd continuing to show everybody the rear bumper of that 23 car. Brent Miller going around, coming off the berm, managing to get it up and running again before the yellow flag comes out. Brent not quite up to speed. The 50 car Chuck Mern avoiding him as the white flag comes out. Mark Budd in the 23 car up close and personal on the outside of Cheryl DeShaw. Your leader coming out of the 4th turn for the checker in the 23 car, Mark Budd, followed by the 50 car of Sean Mern, followed by the 2 car of Kent Derschel. Merritt, 37, Jeff Hinckley Jr., 11 CT, Jack Redding. 91D, Jeff Davis. 43D, Mike Drum. 47, Tom Hosmer. And there we got the green flag. Chuck Merritt putting the pedal to the metal, trying to hold off the 37 car of Jeff Hinckley. Momentarily 4 wide. Oh, he's still digging up turkey trails out there. And we got somebody off the pace as he comes out of the 4th turn. That's the 50 car, Chuck Merritt. Bobbling momentarily, the 66 car was out there playing in the giggly weeds. Doink! Merritt, number 50 car, and
looks like 47, Bear.
And looks like Tom Hosmer in the 47 car. Out of the 4th turn for the green flag, Jeff Hinckley Jr. in the 37 car leading him around. Jack Redding, 11 CT in the number 2 spot. In 3rd, Paul Ravat in the 11 car. The only Lonely Ford Motor Company product out there. Jeff Hinckley Jr. picking him up and laying him down, trying to stretch that interval. Paul Ravat getting the 11 car up into the number 2 spot. Jack Redding, 11 CT on the outside, trying to retake it. Hinckley still hanging on to the lead. Here comes Paul Ravat trying to reel him in. Jack Redding, 11 CT in the number 3 spot. Paul Ravat slipping by him out of the fourth turn, taking over that lead, had to work hard at it. Now here comes Jack Redding in the 11 CT car, setting his sights on John Hinckley in that Jeff Hinckley Jr. in that 37 car. Jeff Davis, 91, pulling off the track about 4 laps prematurely. Paul Ravat going down low to get underneath the 17 car of Duck McClandon. Side by side, Jack Redding, 11 CT, and Jeff Hinckley. White flag out for your leader. 66 and Merritt, 50, getting tangled up. Jeff Hinckley picking up the number 3 spot at the checker. Paul Ravat in the 11 car. Joe Henspeter, 8. Kirk Riska. N4, Scott Newsom. 42, Cheryl DeShaw. 67, Brad Blond. 69G, Sean Galinas. 20G, Floyd George. 89, Doug Nichols. 95, the General, Randy Patton. 85, Corey Harris. 57, Kevin Grifka. 14D, Chris Diamond. 70, Tim Kulikowski. The unknown driver in the 33 car and 0S, Eric Swan. Surprise, we got the green flag.
Away they go.
Smoking Joe Henspeter in the 22 car grabs the lead. N14, Scott Newsom in the number 2 spot. In the number 3 spot, the 42 of Cheryl DeShaw. Lap duration. Top 2 move up to the big show. Smoking Joe in the 22 car continuing to pick him up and lay him down. Scott Newsom in the 14N car. In the number 2 spot, in 3rd, Cheryl DeShaw. In 4th, the 67 car of Brad Blond.
I wonder who Scott Newsom's favorite hockey team is. He's got that Red Wing flag flying over there.
Hockey, I thought that was hooky. I wonder if he's any relation to Rick Newsom out of Battle Creek. 17 car off the pace, 14 car off the pace, excuse me.
Looks like the 8 car is slowing down here in turn 1, Bear. Oh, contact.
The General, Randy Patton in the 95 car and the 42 car, Cheryl DeShaw. And the super salesman, Laura Kidney, has asked me to announce that she's selling necklaces and glow wands. Halfway, your starter signals. Smokin' Joe in the 22 car continuing to lead him around. N14 Scotty Newsome in the number 2 spot. In the number 3 spot, the 67 car of Brad Blond. Kevin Grifka, 57, up into the number 5 spot. Tim Kulikowski pulling the 70 car out of competition.
Newsman's being challenged. Oh, big miss in turn 4.
The General Patton having a problem with that 95 car again. No, 14N, Scott Newsome out of Battle Creek losing a tire. You know, Mies, I'm wondering if this track isn't presenting such superior traction that it's just ripping those axle stubs out of those cars. And all but 2 of them are going to be disappointed because they're not going to go up to the big show. I'll tell you what, barring a nuclear strike on this race, Smokin' Joe is just about expected to. Hey, here comes the Colonel. He's making a comeback. I did it again, didn't I? The General, Randy Patton. 5 stars and all. They said I put 5 stars on the car. Maybe now you remember I'm a General. Well, it's the first night of the season. Cut me some slack, gang. Grifka, 57, trying to get up and take the number 2 spot away from Mr. Blonde. General Patton making the bottom side of the track work. Corey Harris trying to take it back. Oh, tight.
Touch. Synchronized spinning.
That was quite synchronized, actually.
White flag.
White flag coming out for your leader, Smokin' Joe Hinspeter. Battle for second continuing to rage. Grifka trying to get the 57 car underneath the 67. Grifka getting into the turn just a little too hot, losing the 57 car. At the checker, Joe Hinspeter in the 22 car taking the win, followed by the 67 of Brad Blond. The 0S car of Eric Swan.
And the yellow is out as we have an incident in the back stretch. Yellow's out. All right, green flag's back out racing again. 1 lap is in. Coming down to the end of lap number 2. Alex Andrash in the lead. Andrash, your leader. Field starts to spring out now. Number 23 in second place, that's Mark Budd. And there goes 66 into the infield. As the problems continue for that particular car. Three car, Kevin Butters in that patriotic flavor. He's in third place.
Now that's handy if every race car would line up alphabetically by height. That is a nice paint job on Kevin's car. I complimented him on it earlier. Tom Hosmer in the 47 car trying to move up through traffic.
Now the leader starting to lap traffic here as we come to the halfway point of this race. Alex Andrash, your leader in 04. Mark Budd is in second place. Third place still belongs to Ken Butters. Oh, big time smoke here. 47, look out, guys, going down the main stretch. That's Tom Hosmer, and he's smoking.
DJ Incorporated.
Will they get the green this time down? Yes, they will. Back racing. 6 laps in, according to the board. Oh, look out! We got a car taking the scenic route.
Mark Budd in the 23 car going way out there. I think he move up to the big show.
Half of this remaining field. There we go, green flag. We're back racing again. Alex Andrash still in the lead. Second place belongs to Kevin Butters. And a battle for third now. That's Doug McLaughlin and Matt Barnett. They're having their own battle here for third place, but again, the top two move on to the big show. And here's the white flag for Alex Andrash. Kevin Butters in second. If they can just stay out of trouble, those two will move on to the big show, as Bear likes to call it.
Talk about a hammer and tongs battle for that third spot.
Here's the checkered flag. Alex Andrash taking it. And Butters, Kevin Butters will take second. So those two move on. Tight battle for third, just for the heck of it. Matt Barnett takes third.
And we got the green. Chuck Ewing in the 50 on the outside trying to take the lead away from Jack Redding. Mark George, problems. We got stuff flying off the 11 CT car. We got Chuck Ewing getting a little unstable. We got Mark George into the side of Chuck Ewing momentarily. We got, boy. Jeff Wadsworth, 21W, up into number 3 spot. Chuck Ewing backing up. Glenn Heath, 58 truck, off the berm on the high side. He brings her back down. Right in front of the 22 car, Smoking Joe Hinspeter. Eric the Razor Wilson getting by Jack Redding, 11 CT, up into the lead. 10, your defending points champion, Eric Wilson. Jeff Wadsworth, 21W, looking down low to get underneath Jeff. Jack Redding to pick up that number 2 spot. Wadsworth down low. Chuck Ewing, 50, trying to make a comeback. Mark George, 69M, in the number 5 spot. Kulikowski pulling the 11 car to the infield. Eric Wilson running away and hiding. Jack Redding, 11 CT, still holding on to the number 2 spot, being harried relentlessly by Jeff Wadsworth in that 21W. Chuck Ewing, 50, trying to slide along on Jeff Wadsworth's coattails. Dale Harris Sr. in the 09 car, somewhat off the pace. Kulikowski still driving around in the infield.
Trying to find a parking space, I think.
67 puts the... No, Eric Wilson puts the 67 car down a lap. Jeff Beatty in the 6 car, trying to hold off the determined charge of Mark George. Eric Wilson, your leader down the back chute. He's catching up to the back of the pack. Jeff Wadsworth, 21W, up at the number 2 spot. Jack Redding, 11 CT.
Yellow's out. Yellow is out.
Wadsworth, 21W, in the number 2 spot. 67, Mr. Blonde, is a lap car. As the green flag comes out once again. Whoa, Jack Redding, 11 CT, suddenly going up track.
Yellow's out again.
Putting the wacko on Mr. Blonde. Not want to make those sideways maneuvers like that. Tim looking him over. We got the green flag once again. Hang on, cross your fingers, pick a favorite. Jeff Wadsworth, 21W, right on Eric Wilson's bumper. Chuck Ewing, 80 in the number 2 spot, or number 3 spot, excuse me. Here comes Glenn Heath in the 58 truck up into the number 6 spot. Kent Derschel trying to hold off Glenn Heath, unable to do so. Yes, Glenn Heath up into the 6th position, right behind Jeff Beatty. Here comes your leader out of the in the 10th car, out of the 4th turn. Jeff Wadsworth, 21W, the only lonely Ford Motor Company product in this event, hanging on to that number 2 spot, trying to run down and get around the 10 car of Eric Wilson. Mark George, 69M, getting underneath. Whoops, Mr. Ewing, and he loops her. He keeps it running, but he's going backward towards the 3rd turn.
Yellow Zell, we got a car off the track in the backstretch.
Eric Wilson continuing to lead. Jeff Wadsworth, 21W in the number 2 spot. In third, the 50 car of Chuck Ewing. J.R. Ewing's distant relative. Glenn Heath putting that 58 truck up closer and closer to the front. Kent Derschel in the number 2 car, dropping back to the number 6 spot. The Razor, Eric Wilson, your leader. Wadsworth hanging on to the number 2 spot. Chuck Ewing, 80 in the number 3 spot. Glenn Heath trying to get the 58 truck around the outside of Jeff Beatty. Whoa, Kent Derschel having a bobble with that 2 car. Almost looked something come off, allowing Alex Anthrax to pull up into the number 5 spot. White flag, 1 lap to go. Less than half a lap to go. Eric Wilson hanging on to the lead. We'll see, can he do it? At the checker, Wilson in the 10 car. Wadsworth, 21W. Ewing in the 50 car. Beatty, 6. Heath, 58. Alex Andrash in the 04 car. Kulikowski, Mark George, Kent Derschel, and the rest of the crew. So let's hear it for your winner in the 10 car, Eric the Razor Wilson.